The high latency on Ryzen 9000 is disappearing.
Snap wants your life to disappear.
And the 4090 disappearing. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. I'm Brett host. Who are you? All right, he's your deal master, and we're just going to remind you that we have the UFD Community Day happening in just over a week during our annual charity live stream. It's going to start on the 23rd of September, go through September 30th. It's going to be 6 days, 21 hours, but in case you want to meet the UFD team in person, you got Reece, you got Catlin, and me, Kyler, Michael, and, we'll have fun. We've got video games. It's an esports lounge. There's over 30 PCs, a whole bunch of consoles. We're going to have little games that you can play. You have to beat Kyler at Mario Kart in order to win a special prize that were allegedly supposed to be happening. Don't quote me on that. We're still trying to get everything finalized, but we're gonna do a live PC build. We're gonna give that PC away to somebody who attends. It's gonna be a great time. Come join us. There's an RSVP link in the video description. Please RSVP if you're planning on coming or you think you might attend. Either way, just let us know so that we can get a head count and be properly prepared for all of it.
It'll be fun.
But you know who wasn't properly prepared, Reece? AMD, when they launched Ryzen 9000, it was a nightmare of a launch. I don't know if you remember this.
A little bit.
So they had to delay the CPU launch because they had bad printing on some of the chips. They were selling 9600Xs, but they were called 9900Xs. Bad on that front. But then when they actually delayed that launch by a week, and then 2 weeks, turns out that there were multiple issues. The chips weren't fast enough. There was weird latency bugs that were going on with the high-end Ryzen 9 chips. And now, that latency stuff has been fixed.
Yeah.
In the new AGESA update, 1.2.0.2 fixes the latency issue. And it turns out, at least according to the reports that are coming out, that there never was a latency issue. It was actually a reporting issue. So it actually just fixes a bug that was causing people to think the 9950X had higher latency than the 7950X, and actually it's the same.
They did a whoopsie.
They oopsie-doopsied. It seems like it wasn't fully baked, wasn't fully ready to come out, and now it seems to be modified. People are saying that they're getting faster Cinebench scores. That could be happening, but it, again, could just be a reporting thing where the chips are now being properly communicated with, just like you and I have been properly communicating.
Hi.
But nobody communicated to B&H when they were supposed to talk about the new motherboards that are coming out because there is an embargo date for them and it wasn't yesterday. But now we have the pricing of the X870 and X870E gigabyte motherboards thanks to B&H.
Thank you.
They're not ridiculously expensive. So to get the lowest end X870 gaming plus Wi-Fi, it's $220, which is not outrageous for a higher end chipset. It does go up to $800 if you want.
I see that.
The Aorus Extreme AI top.
It's got AI in the name.
It does, AI. So some of these are beautiful boards. I really like the X870 Aorus Elite Wi-Fi 7 ICE motherboard.
Gorgeous.
It is very nice. But now we know, and allegedly, according to all reports, these motherboards should be launching on September 30th in case you're thinking of switching over to Ryzen 9000. Those are going to be some good boards for you to use. And what's been bad, not pretty, ugly, Intel. Things have been going rough over there. No, well, hold on. Let me get to the news first before you just start yelling what happened. Because they've been in a little bit of a clusterfuffle lately, all right? They've been losing money hand over fist. They've been investing all this money into their foundry services, losing billions every single year, and it's not gonna get better. They don't expect to break even until 2027. So the CEO, Pat Gelsinger, came out and gave them a letter to the company saying, here's our plan moving forward. They're gonna be spinning off Intel Foundry Services as its own independent subsidiary that will have its own independent board and directors managing it. It's still going to keep a lot of everybody who works there is still going to stay working there, but it's going to be somewhat divested from the internal core structure of Intel.
And it's not going to look bad on the financial reports because they might be able to separate
That's the general idea, and there's even reports that they might look to have it be its own publicly traded company in the future, but this is the first step to making that happen, and it comes as they're just losing so much money on this foundry, which makes a lot of sense. They need to catch up to TSMC. They've been trying to make all this happen. They've been warning their shareholders that this was going to happen, but then they lost a lot of money when it was actually in production. So the CEO wanted to get a few things across, that they have to build momentum in their foundry. They have to do that, which requires a lot of money, and they're going to continue to act with urgency to create a more competitive cost structure and deliver the $10 billion in savings target they announced last month, which comes with 15,000 people being laid off from their jobs. They already announced that,
Yeah.
but that's part of it. And then they're going to refocus on their strong x86 franchise as they drive their AI strategy while streamlining their product portfolio and service to Intel customers and partners. There's the AI from Intel.
A lot of business speak.
Yes, but hopefully it could potentially stymie some of their business problems. And you're going to stymie some of people's wallet problems, saving them money.
I got some stuff for you.
Deal me up, deal master. Oh, shit.
And hey, welcome back to UFD Deals, bringing the hottest tech deals out on the internet. And you know, I got some stuff for you. Starting off
Is that
today.
a Royal Clutch?
Starting off today, we have a Royal Clutch R.
75 wired hot swappable mechanical keyboard.
It's pretty in purple.
It is. That is a nice looking board.
It's going for only $44.99 with included promo code, which is Newegg Plus only, but it gets you $15 off.
Newegg Plus is free. It's a weird little.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what's going on. But speaking of pretty keyboards, just to let you guys know, we are building our own custom SynGap Research Fund keyboard during the charity stream and giving that away. It's going to be very pretty.
I like pretty keyboards.
It's got zebra switches. Did you know those existed? I did it.
Makes sense thematically.
We themated it all.
I'm proud of you. And hey, next up we have this Fractal Design North Mid-Tower ATX case in the charcoal black, one of my favorite cases, and it's going for only $109.97, making it $30.02 off.
Did you see that guy who took the wood and then made it RGB?
I did not.
Zach Friedman, you should check him out. Z-A-C-K, Friedman.
I want to see it.
But he made the RGBiest most PC ever, and he took the Fractal North and decided, I'm gonna RGB this bad boy.
The most un-RGB case.
Uh-huh.
And then lastly today we have this NOCN 34-inch curved ultra-wide 1440p 165Hz mini LED gaming monitor, which is currently going for $379.99, making it $120
We
off.
actually did a full dedicated sponsored video on this, which you can check out right up there.
And hey, with that, the deals are done. You can find these and more linked in the video description down below. But until next time, I'm gonna hand you off back to Brett for the rest of your Cheers.
Yeah. Well, Reece, Snap's got a deal for you. They want to see all of your lives with their spectacles.
They already do.
5th generation. Speaking of, we'll talk about whatever this is in a little bit. But Snap announcing their 5th generation spectacles, which are their standalone augmented reality glasses, which are not for sale for you normies just yet. It's only for approved developers who want a year-long $99 a month subscription.
Ouch.
To actually have them. So yeah, $1,200. These are very interesting pieces of hardware because they have silicon micro projectors as well as having 2 Qualcomm Snapdragon processors, one in each arm of the glasses. And the battery life is only 45 minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a 50% bump from Gen 4.
Ooh.
But
oh, wow. Okay,
they are
wow.
big, goofy looking things, but this was Gen 4 up top. This is Gen 5 now. They are bigger, more robust, but allegedly, according to the people who got their hands-on time with them, actually allow you to play augmented reality games. They had like some Niantic Pokemon demonstration that you could try out, and it actually seemed to be pretty immersive in terms of having like a heads-up augmented reality display.
Cool.
It exists.
It exists.
It's not for you.
It's very chunky.
Yes, so just reading through Engadget, who got to check it out, and reading through a few other people, it seems neat. There's an AR version of a Tamagotchi-like character, Peridot.
I'm sold.
Do I pay you that much?
Yeah.
I think you need to pay a decrease if you're highly considering getting the spectacles.
They said Tamagotchi, I'm in.
All right. Well, if you're in for the 4090, you got to do it right now because reports are coming out that the RTX 4090 and 4090D, their time is limited. They're getting put on the chopping blocks because the 5090 and 5090D are going to be coming out sometime soon. So these GPUs launched about 2 years ago. This coming October will be their 2nd anniversary. But according to these reports, NVIDIA is looking to get the 5090 and 5090D out on the market before the end of the year. So they're going to start decreasing inventory in October. It'll be officially discontinued then, and then by November you should be out of stock on the 4090. So if you want that card, get it now.
I can't believe it's been 2 years already.
Yeah, it's wild, right? Yeah, Kyler and I waited out at the Micro Center. We live streamed it to get on the first day, which, like, you hear all of these reports on the internet, like you read the comments all of the time about people being like, who would want this? You're spending so much money to get, and then like everybody in line wanted the Strix version, which was the most expensive version, and everybody was bummed when it was sold out. It's just the people who had the disposable income to have that for their hobby, whereas I was getting it for my job.
They were there.
Yeah, I wanted the cheapest one. Everybody else is like, Strix or nothing. I'm going home with nothing if I can't get this Asus one. And I can't get you guys out of my head because you keep leaving comments. So let's see what you said. Over on Floatplane yesterday, little Nicky Scarfo saying, Reece!
Just Reece.
You're here! Ah!
Hi, Scarfo.
And then over on YouTube, Mr. Dildoc saying, I can't stop looking at the glasses.
Look at him.
And then we had Joel saying, I've been around since the GPU licking days. Brett has the best immune system.
That probably didn't help.
What did I do? What, licking the GPUs?
Yeah, you
but
probably
why did he
consumed-
say this?
That's
what
very
did
good.
my immune system have anything to do with anything?
I think you were talking about the OGs.
Oh!
Been around since.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay,
That makes
a lot of
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying on that. And then Amy Girl saying, I wonder if the next gen of consoles will use those AMD X3D CPUs to help boost performance. Will be interesting to see if they do. Yeah, that's actually, so in all of the reporting on the PS5 Pro and kind of also what kind of limited the PS4 Pro was that they increased the GPU horsepower, but then the CPU was the most limiting thing. So even in
Good old Jaguar. No, was it Jaguar?
It was Jaguar. It was a Jaguar
Jaguar.
APU on the
Yo.
PS4. Right now we're on Zen 2, which isn't the worst thing, but Digital Foundry and others like opining about GTA 6. The Grand Theft Auto games tend to be very CPU bound, and so the PS5 Pro may not actually be able to run GTA 6 at 60 FPS because it's still using that Zen 2 CPU, and you have to upgrade to something like the X3D chips. But that is, I like the idea. I like it. It's a good idea. And then we had Gilbert saying, distracted by Reese's broken glasses. Sorry.
They broke on the plane. What do you guys want from me?
We can just draw a line on
Yeah.
the side of your head.
So you can consider getting the spectacles, but you won't replace your own glasses?
Yeah.
You're a man of many mysteries, Reece.
Good.
I don't understand you.
You never will.
Do you want to tell the story of how you broke them?
Oh no, I just put them in the tray in the plane, and then I don't know, when I pulled them out, it's like snapped.
Weren't they broken, like breaking before that though?
Yeah, I mean, that was the screw. I replaced the screw. But now
Okay.
it's like the full thing snapped off.
Okay. I don't have glasses that you can borrow.
No, I don't think glasses work
I'm
that
not
way.
a four eyes. Yeah, going to grade school insults there. Nebula saying what people don't realize, if there is no Intel, there's no competition, which doesn't encourage AMD to make better processors. I'm not saying AMD makes slow new processors, but you get the point. So let's hope Intel comes back. I agree. I think we don't want a world where AMD has full reign. I want AMD being more competitive, especially on the graphics card side, but they should not be undisputed kings because that does not bode well for many people down the road.
Give me choices.
And then the theory guy saying, I take the Ultra naming scheme over the Ryzen AI naming scheme, but both pretty bad.
Yeah, 2024 has not been a great year for naming schemes.
I hate Ryzen AI.
Yeah.
I hate it with a fiery passion.
That and I don't know, Ultra kind of sits better in my head than the AI.
It was unnecessary. Intel's is hubris and weird all at the same time because they did it before the AI overtaking things. They did it with their Meteor-like chips. And I never liked it because I was like, you're getting rid of amazing branding. Like, you had great branding,
Yeah.
and you're going to mid branding. Whereas with AMD, I can at least go, you are chasing the bag. You are being trend followers.
It's so clear.
Yeah, you have no original marketing bone in your body here. You are attempting to just hop on trends. But the thing that pisses me off the most about the Ryzen AI naming scheme is not putting AI in the name. It's the 300. That's the part that gets my Urkel's
Really?
gurked. Yes, because they say it's their third generation of AI processors, which doesn't make any sense, Reece.
No.
Doesn't make any sense because what they're looking at is they put XDNA 1 in the previous generation, and now this is XDNA 2.
Okay.
So the XDNA 2 makes 300. Doesn't make any sense.
No.
But
Okay.
the reason they want
I hate
300
this.
is because Intel's on 200, so they have the higher
They
number.
want to leapfrog.
Yeah, and then somebody in the comments tried to argue that because there was a refresh of XDNA 1, that somehow makes this the third generation, but that's
No.
not how any of this works. That's not how counting
refuse.
works. Anyways, that's enough of me ranting about that today. AMD, desperate moves. Intel, lost sight of what made them valuable moves.
Oof.
That's how I view it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Not wrong, but oof.
Anyways, oof